लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। वेलकम टू द थर्ड एपिसोड ऑफ PCTI पॉडकास्ट। मैं डॉक्टर शिंजनी, आपकी होस्ट। PCTI पॉडकास्ट बनाने का मकसद है आप हमारी कहानियों से सीखें। तो चलते हैं एक और कहानी की तरफ। Good morning, ma'am. Thank you so much again that you are back with us. And we were talking about how PCTI as a small seed transformed into a plant with your computer training institute, and you were giving training in ₹10, and that was the USP, that in ₹10 the mass were getting computer education. Now, I presume that now the PCTI has become into a small budding plant, and you have also told us that you took a lot of nearby rooms, nearby apartments also on rent, so that more and more students can get incorporated in that, and teaching was going on. The students were converted into teachers, and they were also helping you teach. Now I want to know that because PCTI, as everybody knows, visited our website www.pcti.pctiltt.com, that PCTI is a multi-vertical entity and it is a full-grown tree. I would like to know how all these multi-vertical entity came into existence and how everything grew up, and now we are, enjoying the fruits of this tree.
Before the verticals, let me talk about the journey of PC Training Institute. Initially it was institute, and I had talked about that when we started in 1997, we became study center of IGNOU. And then from a private institute it became a part of a university. Later on we became a study center as well as national service provider for Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, Karnataka State University, Mysore, and Sikkim Manipal University. For all these three universities, we have worked so much as we were making centers for them all over India, and we were the study centers also. So the IT education, the management education boomed because good quality education was given, and the centers were all over India. And at one time there were more than 500 centers throughout the country under the umbrella of PCTI. And later on Annamalai University also we joined in for some time. So now talking about different verticals, though the verticals seem very different, but they are all related to each other.
Ma'am, though I know the verticals, but for the benefit of the viewers, I would like that you should repeat. Can you just tell us what are the verticals?
One vertical like Adya e-travel. Since, as I said, we had centers all over the country, so our people from here to visit the centers to maintain the quality during the exams, to see the quality of exams. Our people were traveling throughout the country, and almost daily 40 to 50 people were traveling. So booking the tickets at the last moment was a difficult process. So it gave us an idea to start our own travel house, so that so many people traveling at least can have their tickets in peace. Somebody else can take care, and they can take care of their work. So initially we started it for our own people, and later on it became a full-fledged travel house. Then another vertical, Adya Healthcare, came during the pandemic time, when we saw lots of people suffering. Initially we started contributing as a company, as an individual, to sanitizers, masks, to police people, to other needy. We started even food service for the slum people as they had lost their jobs during lockdown. So while doing all this charity work, the idea of Adya Healthcare started, and it was launched just 2 years back. So this is how different verticals came.
What I have come to know through all this conversation, ma'am, that each vertical has got some very good intentions behind it, apart from just earning money. That is what I am comprehending, that the intention behind each vertical of yours is not actually earning money, but actually helping the people.
See, it is not right to say the intention is not to earn money, but there are two ways of earning money. One is when you do business with the intention of only making profits. Another intention is you want to do business. Obviously, you can't do charity if you are yourself hungry. One can only do charity if your stomach is full. So, since we came from a very different background, we were not the business people, we came from service background, as my husband is an ex-army officer. My parents, my grandparents, all were in government service. So we had a different setup while we got brought up. But when we came into business, our intention was obviously to earn money, but before that we wanted to give good service to the people and profitability to become part later. We didn't want to earn money without satisfying our customer, the customer was a student at that time when PCTI got started.
Right. One more question I would like to ask, ma'am, because it has been a long journey of 32 years. What do you think is the most challenging moment till date that you have faced and you wanted to just wind up now and relax in your life, sort of thing?
Challenging moments have been like initially 32 years back, it was very difficult to get the students. In between, there have been many hurdles, lots of work started, they got closed for some or the other reasons. And at one time, we had a team of 250 to 300 people. During the pandemic, when everything got closed, we were not able to teach students. Then maintaining huge teams, huge PCTI family was a very big issue. Online classes started much later, as IGNOU being a government university, without permissions we couldn't do it. So there was a huge gap in between, because as everyone expected that pandemic will be over in a few days or few months, but it continued.
But I would like to know that if there were other verticals also, didn't they support during those pandemic? Say suppose one part was closed but other parts were open.
See, travel was totally closed.
Yes, so
how
travel
will they support? Assessments were closed.
travel suffered,
So,
assessment suffered.
During the pandemic, all the work were related to people, where you needed direct interaction, so that interaction stopped.
Yes, ma'am.
And the payments which were due from the government, they all got stuck up.
Right.
So there was practically no work in the first few months.
Right, ma'am. Right. Ma'am, one more question. How would you see PCTI 5 years from now?
From 5 years down the line, I see myself as totally retired, and the second line of people from PCTI who have spent 18-20 years with us or more, taking on the major responsibilities which we are taking today.
Okay, so you will be like, there'll be a board of directors sort of a thing, maybe.
I feel that today I am acting as a director, but maybe tomorrow I become only the advisor, and there are fresh faces or the more experienced faces who are in their 40s or 50s to take on the reins of the company.
It's wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question is that what advice, because and I think experience never goes out of fashion. So I feel that today's growing entrepreneurs who are thinking of starting a startup, what message do you want to give to them?
My message will be that hard work never goes waste, and if you start some work, there will be lots of ups and downs, but perseverance and your patience will pay off in the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो बेल आइकन को क्लिक करें, और अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट पसंद आया तो आपको पता ही है क्या करना है। तो दोस्तों, एक और सच्ची कहानी पीसीटीआई की जुबानी सुनाने के लिए आपसे मिलूंगी, बताऊंगी एक विजनरी की शुरुआत कैसे होती है। आपने सुना होगा कि बिहाइंड एवरी सक्सेसफुल मैन देयर इज अ वुमन, मगर यहाँ तो कहानी ही उल्टी है। इस उल्टी कहानी की शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई बताऊंगी अगले एपिसोड में। तो सुनते रहिए पीसीटीआई पॉडकास्ट। असफलता एक चुनौती है, स्वीकार करो। क्या कमी रह गई है देखो और सुधार करो। जब तक सफल न हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम। जब तक सफल न हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम। संघर्षों का मैदान छोड़ मत भागो तुम। कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती। कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती।